Hello lovely people, you are welcome to my channel. Today too we are going to learn. So far we have learned how to operate the sewing machine. We have learned on how to take measurement for both female and men. And today we are going to learn how to have perfect seams, how to sew very well. But before then, if you have not yet subscribe to my channel, please consider subscribing. And once again, if I teach you anything, please practice what I've taught you, and then follow me on Facebook. Take a picture of what I've taught you and then send it to my inbox on Facebook, my page. Send it there. I will look at it and then help you with some few corrections here and there. Do you know why it's very important to make perfect seams? You can't cut and sew if your seaming are not good, if your stitches are not beautiful, you miss the mark. Especially when it comes to sewing for men, most of the times you have stitches outside, top stitch showing out, and then you are sewing and your straight line is looking zigzag and your round is not perfectly round. So it is very important that as a beginner, don't rush to cut. Don't rush to join pieces of fabric together. But first, abreast yourself with how to sew straight line, round, and all that. If you're able to do that, practice that for at least a week. Then you go to other things and you realize that with time, you are getting your lines very straight. So we are going to learn as beginners how to sew straight lines perfectly, how to get our round and our curves perfectly. And one thing I want you to bear in mind is that if you do it and you get it wrong, don't worry. When it comes to sewing, what makes it work for you is constant practice. So let's get to work. So I have this here, this my small boy here. We are going to use it to draw a round shape. I don't have a compass, so I have my ruler here and I have this. So you can use a compass or anything that can help you to get a circle shape. You draw it this way. You can have about, when you take one paper like this, you can have about all circle. Then you cut another brown paper, will be different shapes. So I am doing one. Then we are going to also draw square. We will draw V also. Use this as we use for armholes, we use for necks and neck shape and armhole shape. So I'm going to use it to draw another curve for us. I'm going to sew this one too. This curve, the V, the square, and the round. Then we have a straight line, and so this is it. And sometimes people don't really focus on stitches that are made inside. Always interested in the one that comes out. But I tell you, if you sew a perfect seam inside, when you turn the dress out, you realize that the shape is exactly how you want it. But if your seaming inside is not right, yeah, it's zigzag somewhere, you will turn it and realize that one shape looks this way, one looks this way. And so whether your seaming is inside or outside, make sure that you do a very neat job so that when you turn it out, you get the shape exactly the way you want. So we are going to take it to the machine and then sew. Let's start with our straight line. All the time when you are sewing, make sure that the bigger part of the dress or the fabric will come outside the machine. You shouldn't go inside this way. It will make sewing difficult for you, especially if you have a big fabric and you turn it and the bigger part of the fabric is inside the machine. It will make sewing very difficult for you. So all the time, turn it this way and let it face outside. So you are sewing on a straight line. And since you are a beginner, you will not rush to sew everything fast. Just take your time and follow the line. Follow the line. Just follow the line and do it. follow the line slowly. Speed will come with constant practice. As for speed, it will come with constant practice. So you just take your time and follow the line. With time, speed will come. So we have ended one line. As you can see, I have one line I have one line done. So we are going to go to another line, and all the time make sure that you position your hand also straight and the fabric straight. You are sewing a straight line and you have positioned the fabric this way. You will not get it. Make sure everything is straight to the needle point. Then you sew through. This is our third line. Okay, so we are done with our 3 lines. We have our lines straight, and so you can have a lot of lines by 10, 15, 20, and you just be sewing through so you get it perfect. So we are going to the circle or the round shape, and so you have to put it exactly on the line this way. It's supposed to be the needle should be exactly on the line, and this is a circle, so you have to take your time, extra time, and do this and relax. Even if it doesn't pass through well, don't worry. So don't rush to finish. Speed will come, so just follow the circle line small. Okay, so we are done with the circle. My circle. If you watch it carefully, realize that some point it didn't pass through the line, where this one it went outside the circle. It went out, but at the end of the day, it's okay. It's not that major mistake. Okay, so we are going to also work on the square. Yep. Now when you get to the edge of one square, you let the needle be inside, don't raise it up. No, let it go in like this, and then raise the footer, lift it, and then turn it to the other way while the needle is still inside. Then bring the footer down on it and continue sewing. So you get to this point too, you will lift it and then turn it. Okay, so we are done with our square. And so at some point, depending on what you are doing, you can have the bigger part inside, but usually the bigger part of the fabric is supposed to go outside the machine. Okay, so this one, we have it exactly on the V. Slide it in, then we sew. Okay. So when you get to that point, you lift the foot and then turn it to the other direction, and so I am getting off track. My needle has gone outside the V, and so I don't want to continue. I'm going back to correct it. And this is very important in sewing. When you realize that you have made a mistake, do not continue. Stop, correct it before you continue. So I'm going to correct it, because looking at where the line is and the thread is, by the time I'll finish sewing, if I don't correct it, it will go off, exactly off the line. And if I decide to direct it to the line, I'll get some shape, zigzag shape that I don't want. So to avoid that, I'll go back and correct it. So going back this way, so that this time around I'm going to sew through the line very well. Exactly. So I have my V done. So this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, this is the mistake I made. This is the mistake, and this is the correction. If I had gone on with the mistake, I would have had the line this way instead of straight. Okay, we are going to our last curve. We are going to do our last curve. We have it here. Okay, so we are done with that one too. So this is our curves and our lines we just learned. You bear in mind, doing one like this doesn't make you perfect in that. You have to do more of it. As I said, you can have one paper like this, all will be circle, another paper will be straight lines, another paper will be square, V, and draw different shapes, neck shapes, love, and all the other shapes. We'll be learning how to cut neck shapes very soon. And so draw all that and make sure you sew through the line. Do not rush to finish. Take your time, you will get there. Please practice this. I want to know what you have learned so far. So comment in the comment section what you have learned from this video. Please leave a comment. It's very necessary for me, so we can make corrections here and there. And practice this and send it to, when you practice this, take a picture of it and send it to my Facebook page, Max Fashion Line. Max Fashion Line. Send it as a message to me. I'll look at it and then we'll all learn together. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and share the video. Bye bye.